Welcome to Steve Cady Arena inside of the Goggin Ice Center where Team Ohio takes on Hilliard for the second round of morning matchups. Puck up and into play. Team Ohio barely taking care of business against Cincinnati last night. It was really a goalie show, and Hilliard trying to respond after a thrashing. They lost 10-3 against Miami last night, so looking for a much different result. Puck taken one, dumped into the Hilliard zone. It's reversed and touched along. Can't quite get it out. Gray picks it up in the offensive zone. His shot and a first early test for the Hilliard goalie. It's River Carmody making the save. Gonna draw this one. Martin sending it all the way around. Duffy there to keep it in the zone. Gray behind the net, holding. And for a wraparound chance in front, second play. Puck's there and it's whistled. Did come free, but a quick whistle and the goal came out of its moorings. So Gray trying to stuff it, Carmody holding tight. Here with partner Coulter Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer, what can we look to see from both of these sides coming into a really exciting matchup here?
Well, I expect a strong start from both sides. Hilliard going to be looking to get off the schneid after, as you said, a 10-3 thrashing by Miami. And Team Ohio also looking to improve a little bit. A 4-2 win, a good win against Cincinnati against a stellar goaltender, but probably a little less offense than they were hoping for as one of the stronger contenders for this tournament title.
Oh, without a doubt, Team Ohio looking to start fast. It is Martin, though, bringing it up. He's got Riley with him to the left. Martin walks in. Martin works outside. His shot just went wide. He was looking high blocker side. Couldn't find the target. Wallen chasing it down his own end. He'll look to reverse. It is him and Eric there to pick it up for Hilliard. It was 6 on for about 15 seconds there for Hilliard. No call. Rest didn't catch it. A lucky play. It is Cooper McCarthy working it in. He had a snipe show last night. He scored the second for Team Ohio against the Cyclones. Holds it in for the time being. Gets it free. Metzger. One of the more exciting players. Metzger's backhand chance just went wide. Held in by Larson. They reset. Yadlos at the point. Yadlos past Metzger. Far side touched along. Kept in again by McCarthy, who was looking for a tip. No one in front. Larson couldn't get there in time. They battle for it in the corner. Yadlos doing what he can to keep it in. Nice block shot. Brotherton there. Still held in for the time being, and finally brought out and taken the other way is Kimbleton.
Well, very strong start there for Team Ohio. As expected, they come out swinging. A couple of good chances there. Still haven't capitalized yet, but keep getting chances like that, and that won't last long.
I will say, some player I'd really like to keep an eye on is Epic for Team Ohio. He's super talented forward. His frustration got the better of him at times. It seemed like he was playing not at his best, not at his sharpest. I expect to see good night's sleep. A much sharper version of Epic saw some flashes of true individual talent against the Cyclones. We'll see if we can bring it again. It's Eric, though. Eric's shot just went wide, blocker side. Still in front. Trying to stuff attempt. Won't go. That was Riley on the short side. Larson dump. Full line change for Team Ohio. Picking up behind his own net, that's Barber. Reverse and hold the other end. Just looking for Riley. Riley's cross-ice pass floated up into the air. Galvin nearly had it picked up. Salima there to help him out. And Riley content dumping it in, getting a full line change for Hilliard.
Well, that's a really good response by Hilliard after an opening rally by Team Ohio. Little bit of pressure there that they gave right back.
Salima now. Trying to go 1-on-4. Salima. Salima's shot in tight. Save made. Juicy rebound, no one there. Galvin rings it around. It is Salima now. Martin holding behind the net for the time being. We're 3 minutes in. Already some exciting play from both sides. Just what we thought would happen. Two teams that can really show off the individual talent. It's flipped up and passed. And all the way out is Alexander there to collect at the ozone edge. Another moment where Team Ohio there had too many men for a second. No call. McCarthy to Drago. Drago centering pass. He was looking for Gann at the mouth front. A good active stick for Carmody. Gann shot. Low blocker side save. Held. Puck's still there, though. Carmody couldn't keep it. Couldn't hold it.
Yeah, Carmody a little slow there trying to cover it. Almost got caught out.
Yeah, earlier we've seen that a few times. Carmody has made the saves initially and they can't quite cover it up. Team Ohio does really well. They love to try and go for second chances. We saw that all night against Cincinnati. Gann holding, Gann. And a work pass Sue, finds his way to Gray. Gray's tripped up, and that's a textbook tripping. It'll be the first odd man advantage. Tyler Rinn will take a 2-minute minor. And Team Ohio, who we talked about so much last night, and some of their woes on the power play, we'll see if they can get it going. Really the big thing, they've got a lot of talent. Can they make those tape-to-tape passes, move the goalie laterally, and find the puck in opportune places, find the back of the net?
This is a big opportunity for Team Ohio here. They've been buzzing here early for the most part. Good chance for them to get on top early.
McCarthy, holding, working both sides. McCarthy looking for a shot. Couldn't get the deflection. Epic was there and saved and held on the gut.
Well, decent early look by Team Ohio. They're getting decent puck movement, chesting out the goalie early. Let's see where their power play develops from here.
Yeah, Salima in for the draw. Going against Riley. Only 10 seconds eclipsed on the power play. Battled, tried to show away. Not all the way out though. McCarthy works cross side. Centering play in front. Trying to find the stick of Metzger, and his deflection just went wide. Salima holding. Low side, Metzger. Metzger drops Salima. Salima's shot goes blocker side and held. A nice active blocker there from Carmody did enough to keep it out of the net.
Well, Team Ohio showing off expertly their ability to work that puck low to high early in this power play. First, initially going back to the defense and with a drive on net, that was swallowed up. And then the second one there at the top of the circles. They love working that puck low to high and driving shots on net from there.
Interestingly, it's Metzger taking the draw this time. McCarthy to Salima. Salima tried to shovel one towards the front, out of the reach of Metzger, and that is enough to allow Hilliard to get it out. This time Salima over to Martin. Martin holding in his own zone, content, 75 seconds left on the odd man advantage for Team Ohio. Cooper McCarthy there to recollect. Epic, drop pass, McCarthy. McCarthy works his way in. He'll work it high, Salima. Salima with a deflection. Epic couldn't quite get a stick on it, and it's a comfortable glove save for Carmody.
Well, you can see it's a pretty set play on their power play, working it low to high. They do it yet again right there. Getting more shots on net, testing Carmody early.
6-0 in shots in the first 5 and change. And this one, Team Ohio really dominating both sides of the ice. That's a face-off taken. Quick shot, Cantini, we saw him. He was the first goal scorer last night for Team Ohio. A great energy guy. Loves working the puck low. As Drago will touch it along to Cole McCarthy. Drago unable to get it through. A nice defensive play from Kimbleton to get it at least to center as 30 seconds left. Neither nice active hands from Kimbleton to force it all the way down as McCarthy there to reset. It is Drago working up the left-hand side. Drago, past Clevenger. Drago, gonna work it. And behind, centering pass, Cantini. Cantini couldn't quite get the stick free in time. Some nice defensive work there from Wallen to close off Cantini long enough. An errant pass allows Errant to dump it down as McCarthy reverses nicely. That could have been trouble. Kimbleton that is, has been everywhere on the penalty kill. Back to full strength for Hilliard. Riley looking to go cross ice. It is nicely gloved down. Salima shoved down. Nice reverse hit. Oh, backhand chance just off the toe. Holding is Drago. Duffy. Duffy's shot erased by Riley. Duffy again. Whiffed. And cleared all the way down. Off the deflection, icing waved off.
Love that power move to get into the net. That reverse hit there and still getting the back end away as he was falling down. Making of a power forward right there. taking opportunities where they otherwise aren't present.
Trying to fly through. That was Wieland. Picking it up. Larson tried to take advantage of a skipping puck, and it just skipped over his blade as well. As Duffy can't get it past Brotherton. Brotherton shot high. Glove side. We're seeing some physicality early from both these sides. Both teams love to impose the body. Hilliard, really the only thing they were able to do with any successfulness against Miami, who outplayed them in every other aspect. Metzger centering play. It never got through. Nearing the halfway mark of this first period, still tied 0-0. High side. Boy, Epic showing off the quick release. It just missed high blocker side. He was trying to pick out a corner. Still no shots for Hilliard halfway through the first. It's been all Team Ohio offensively.
Team Ohio showing off why they're the number 2 seed in this tournament and one of the top contenders for this trophy, getting a lot of rubber on net and not allowing any to this point.
Martin shot blocked. And a big finishing hit from Metzger. Bodies go flying through. Still no whistle. Refs letting the physicality play through.
Probably could have given a call on either team there. The initial hit by Team Ohio, and then the Team Ohio player getting hauled down. Well, it could have gone either way.
Yeah, that's one of those, though. If you know both these teams are going to be physical, as long as they keep it clean, I don't hate it. That's a hook. McCarthy picks it up, though. McCarthy's shot saved and held. Pretty textbook hooking. Gann was hauled down as he tried to work his way in. And it'll be another power play opportunity for Team Ohio. Really no question about that call.
Well, there are teams that favor shot volume, and then there are teams that favor dangerous chances. A lot of teams like to go lower shot volume, but a lot just wait out their high danger chances. You can definitely see Team Ohio more wavering towards the former, averaging almost a shot per minute already in this period. And we didn't get a total shot count in yesterday's game against Cincinnati, but had to imagine it was well over 50.
So we just got one actually pregame. I just was able to talk to a member of the Team Ohio staff. It was 59 shots on goal, which is just unbelievable to imagine. Only 4 goals that they were able to score, and 2 of those coming in the last 10 minutes of the game.
Well, there you go, right then and there. As I said, shot volume, 59 shots in a game. If they struggled to get one past the netminder, have to imagine that they're going to rack up the shot total today, too.
No doubt about it. It's Drago. Drago with Gray as they try and work the weave in. Drop pass to Gann. Gann back to the point. McCarthy wheeling around. Finds Gann at the dot. Looking for a deflection. Came off a skate and went wide. That was Barber. Was looking again. Puck still free. And a quick whistle. Very quick whistle. We've seen that all tournament. Really, as soon as they lose sight of the puck, it's a quick whistle. The only real time that wasn't the case was earlier in the 9 a.m. games when a puck was tipped away. It was Federley who scored in that one in a thrashing, 7-1 thrashing.
Yeah, it didn't look like Carmody ever really had control of that puck. It was down in the skates, but they blow the whistle and we play on here from the defensive zone draw.
Yeah. Oh, face-off one a little too well for Team Ohio as it comes back into their defensive zone. They'll have to reset. Finds Metzger with a whole set of steam. Metzger working his way in. Metzger flies in, goes around. Centering pass off. Great tie-up. Salima couldn't quite get his stick on the ice. McCarthy, pass one. McCarthy, curl and drag. Shot, blocker save. Second chance. Puck never came through. Metzger's backhand shot just went wide. Reverse hit as he totally threw a Hilliard defenseman down to the ground. Again, Metzger. Yadlos at the point. Back to Metzger. 2-man game. And got the stick on it was Francis. McCarthy resets. 30 seconds left in the odd man advantage. McCarthy works his way in. Holding. Wanting a rotation from Salima. McCarthy all the way. McCarthy all the way. High side. Nice save. Quick flash to the leather there from Carmody, preventing the first one by. 12 shots on goal already in the first 10 minutes and change of this one. Nice find. Yalmos with room. Others walking it in. Came off a skate and went wide. He was looking for a deflection on a shot purposely sent wide. Carmody finds Barney straight out of the box. Barney couldn't quite keep it. McCarthy with some quick hands, preventing a one-on-one opportunity.
What a shift there by Metzger. It may not have resulted in anything, but he first powers in, gets one across, and what was a great look just shut down by a good defensive play. A reverse hit, and then he makes more shots, and just a phenomenal shift.
Yeah,
Team Ohio forward.
Absolutely. He's all around the ice. He's been all around the ice all tournament. Really one of the more impressive players I've seen all weekend, and I'm excited to watch him the rest of tonight. And then, of course, in what is one of the most talked about matchups in the pool play, Team Ohio against Miami. They faced off twice. Team Ohio took game 1 4-3, and then it was a draw 4-4, and they're meeting about a month ago. That should be a really exciting one. Of course, if Team Ohio can take the result that they expect and get a full 3 points, and that'll move them comfortably into the semifinals, and that'll set Miami, who is already locked in with 6 points. And an icing with 4:41. But Team Ohio and Miami, even if they both threw on pool play, I can imagine both those teams are going to be gearing up for what's going to be a physical and fast-paced matchup.
Team Ohio still looking to find their legs offensively. Obviously, the shots have been there. They've had a couple of dangerous opportunities. Still looking to bury it, though. Definitely been the better team, out shooting 12-0 still to this point. But 0-for-2 on the power play. They probably want to see a little bit more get through the goalie.
One out. Salima. High side. Oh, he tried to go with a near impossible angle. It's the type of shot for all those hockey lovers from a few years ago. Nice shot right in front. Ike Muller. Type of shot we would have seen from Evgeny Kuznetsov as a Cats fan myself, late 2010s. That's the type of shot he loved. And epic, we've seen him, and Salima that was. Both those guys love those tight angle shots. That one just missing.
Well, Evgeny Kuznetsov, another good example, Leon Draisaitl. One of the reasons why they're able to get those sharp angle shots by is the advent of the RVH goalie position, called the reverse vertical horizontal, where the goaltender will hold their pad horizontally.
Shot in front. Great glove save. Flash of the leather.
Good interruption there is Team Ohio with a good chance there, but the RVH, the goalie will hold their pad horizontally to the post to try to push across if it goes across, but that leaves a big gap over the shoulder, and better shots, like the two players we mentioned in the NHL, can snipe that.
It is gotten to center from Hilliard. Oh, nice interception on the backhand. Just trickled wide. A nice forechecking from Humphreys, trying to disturb it, and it allows Hilliard to at least get some seconds of offensive zone time. Not something they've really had much of. No shot on goal given, as that shot just trickled wide. And so, as we get under 4 minutes, it's still 14-0. Team Ohio in the shots on goal metric. 0-0, though, where it matters most. Big hit along the boards, no call. Galvin took a big one and went down hard. Trying to go in front. Gray got a stick on it, and Carmody again not quite able to hold on. I do float it to center. That's something that I would be extremely curious to keep an eye on, as Hilliard picks up their first shot on goal on sort of a whack towards the net. But Carmody has been able to make the saves, but it's those second opportunities that Team Ohio thrives on. And if Carmody can't hold on, I would expect Team Ohio to take full advantage of that for the rest of it. We're going to get another penalty. It's going to be a slash on Hilliard, as Gann lost his stick, and then some extra shoving. Alexander didn't like Gann reaching for a stick right in front of his netminder. And going to the box, that'll be Brady Wallen for 2 minutes on a slash.
Well, at some point, discipline is going to play a factor into this game. Already third penalty of the game for Hilliard. Already 15 shots against. Even if Hilliard's penalty kill can hold off Team Ohio's power play for a third consecutive time, you have to imagine Carmody is going to get tired eventually facing this much rubber. Yeah, no, he's stood up so far. 15 shots in 14 minutes. Of course, we're playing slightly shortened periods, only 17 minutes with the tournament formatting. And he has faced a ton. It was the same thing last night. Kainoa Sabera put on a clinic in goal, only giving up 4 goals off of 59 shots on goal. As that one comes deflected, shot, Carmody couldn't hold on. Second chance, it's in! Salima takes advantage
on the second opportunity. Team Ohio strikes first.
Well, you know what? We were talking about everything that led up to that play. The first thing, working low to high and getting that shot away on net. Second, as you pointed out, Carmody has struggled in this game, as good as he's been so far, to pick up those rebounds. And that one was sitting on a platter for the Team Ohio forward to come streaking in and bury that one. And a great desperation attempt by Carmody, just not quite enough. And there's the first goal for Team Ohio, now 1 for 3 on the power play.
Yeah, a big momentum booster for Ohio, who put up 18 shots on goal and now to finally get one through. Epic walks in. Metzger's right in front. Second chance, trying to tip it through. Has it gone in? It does! No, they wave it off! They wave it off! Oh my goodness, the puck was just sitting there for the taking. They're having a discussion. It looked like the puck crossed the line, but it was quickly waved off.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think they were in the clear there when Metzger made that initial crash and that initial play on the puck. But as soon as that physicality came into play, they knocked the Hilliard goalie right into the net. And I think that's what's getting the call waved off.
So, Salima went through the line as if he scored, but they're not going to give it. It is going to stay 1-0 as he was knocked through the crease. Yeah, no goal. Another opportunity. Boy, I think Team Ohio is getting tired of watching pucks sit on the goal mouth and not being able to convert them. They had more than a half dozen last night, and then to see another one in the exact same position as it was last night and not be able to convert. That's got to be frustrating for both Team Ohio players and the coaching staff, who just they can't seem to make. Oh, that was a big hit. Salima went flying in, trying to take off the head. Now Metzger with room. Metzger high side, bar down, scores! Snipe show! Metzger, 2-0.
Well, that's a great play there by Metzger. He was definitely looking for some vengeance there as he made a great play on that waved off goal to crash the net and bang away at it. Again, powering to the net. And that time, it's not power, it's not grit, it is all skill sniping that one. A beautiful shot by number 44.
Boy, the quick release from Grayson Metzger on display totally beats Carmody. No chance. It was a great pass across the slot. Metzger picks it up, walks in, and makes no trouble with it. It's 2-0. 20 shots on goal. They're able to convert on 2 of their last 3. Walks in. Ball in front. Ball trying to tuck it home. And suddenly a new life for Team Ohio. McCarthy trying to get one of his own. A comfortable pad save. Ruff shuffles it back in. McCarthy. That's one. Nice body there from Riley to shove him off. Effort. That's going to be a tripping call. Likely what's going to be the whistle. As it was McCarthy who Riley had beat him, and McCarthy, it is going to be a trip. Yeah. McCarthy used the body to trip him up. It'll be Hilliard's first opportunity, and with 1 shot on goal, no better chance than the present to try and get something going offensively, as they've been completely dominated in this first period.
Definitely, you got to try to find a way to capitalize on this power play. Even if you can't get a goal, you want to get some sustained momentum and pressure and beat Team Ohio back a little bit, tire them out a little bit, get them moving. And here's a big chance for Hilliard to bring this game back within striking distance.
Oh, absolutely. And Hilliard, of course, playing this like it's pretty much got to be their last. With the loss last night, they have to come away with 3 points because they're just not going to be able to advance really on goals difference. They lost by 7 or 8. It was 10-2, 10-3. We'll have to get confirmation on that as Metzger walks in. Metzger looking for a second. It took a deflection off 2 sticks and went wide. Metzger, though, big body, and it created his own opportunity as he threw the weight around against Barber. Carmody had to be on his toes in front of the net.
Well, there's number 44 again. Metzger leaving his mark on this game even more. A great chance there, shorthanded. A big hit to turn over possession, and nearly a dangerous opportunity before Carmody could pick it up, all shorthanded.
So a minute 37 left on the penalty, minute 36 left on the period. So assuming no goal, we will have a second of power play time, which means that McCarthy will start the second period in the box, but that's of course assuming that Hilliard does not score in the remaining 90 seconds. Humphreys dumps it down. It is Martin working his way up for Hilliard. On cross ice, Aaron, drop pass to Kimbleton. Bodied off by Gray. Holding possession, though, finding Humphreys. Humphreys. On the east side, Hilliard with some nice sustained zone pressure. Martin. Over to Riley. Riley. Cross ice. Puck comes free, but only for a moment as Cooper McCarthy recollects. And we'll try and work 1v2 and elects to just reset and hold possession. That's a very smart play from the captain defenseman.
Yeah, and Hilliard had a little bit of a good look there. A great stretch pass opportunity fed from Riley, but it just wasn't meant to be. It didn't go all the way. And that would have been a very dangerous shot. Hilliard's been getting their chances, just not turning them into shots.
Riley trying to go reverse angle, trying to bank it off the back of the goalie and unable to do so. It is Zachary Adam again in goal. We saw Tommy Stewart start last night. He is often considered their 1A goalie, and Zachary Adam came in the second and third periods, performing well, giving up 1 goal on about a dozen shots. And so far has looked fine in his 2 shots on goal faced. Not really tested much early in this one. Face-off taken to Watt. Team Ohio moving up. It's Epic. Epic has the ability to make anything happen himself. Epic with some room. Trying to shovel it himself. And Content dumping it behind the net as there's still a man down in the remaining 20 seconds. Clock winding. Martin over to Arrett. We dip under 10 seconds. Arrett with some room. Arrett looking to get a shot away. Arrett's shot. Caught a skate and went wide. Kimbleton throws one on net. Comfortable save on the pad. As the horn goes, it's 2-0 Ohio. And it feels like it could be a lot more as the shots on goal favor them 21-2 in the first.
Well, I'll tell you what, Hilliard had a chance there at the end. Bit of a misplay there by a combination of Epic and Metzger, both pinched on the advancing forwards, and both ended up behind the play. So an easy 3-on-2 for Hilliard. They just weren't able to get a shot away. Again, they're getting their chances, just not converting them into shots. For some reason or another, either the puck is knocked away by the Team Ohio defense, or the shot goes wide and is partially deflected, can't get the shot away. Some reason or another, Hilliard, despite having a few chances and opportunities.
Well, Hilliard, we saw last night, they like to play and play physical. They were able to do that with some success against Miami. Obviously not the result they were looking for, but it just seems that Team Ohio has been able to space them out enough with tape-to-tape passing and, of course, an excellent skating ability from all the players, especially those forwards. They can absolutely fly for the white and orange, and Hilliard has to do something in order to try and block him off. It just seems like too many times they try and catch him with hip checks along the sideboards, and Team Ohio, that is, force of habit, and Team Ohio is able to just skip on by and create odd man opportunities from it. Hilliard doing what they can, and a strong performance in net from Carmody to keep it 2-0. I'm not sure what Hilliard needs to do. It seems like everything in order to try and get back into it. What are you looking to see a little bit more of from Hilliard in this second period?
Well, like I said, they've been getting chances. One of the things that I do really like from them in that first period is they're getting into a lot of interception lanes. There were multiple chances, especially in the neutral zone, where Hilliard very nearly picked off a pass and sent them for a breakaway or an odd man rush. Just tighten up on that a little bit, and they can get back into this game, even with this heavily outshot and outpressured first period behind them.
Absolutely, and from Team Ohio, that is the one thing. They need to clean up occasionally. That was an issue they had against Cincinnati. The 2 goals that they gave up were on bad D-zone passes and an inability to sort of break out. And if Hilliard wants to try and steal a result here, it's going to have to come from that, as otherwise Team Ohio is really dominating. McCarthy goes back into the box. He'll have a second, so it'll start 5-on-4 before he gets back onto the ice. And Team Ohio, knowing this, throws 3 forwards, 1 defenseman on. It's not something you normally see with 4 skaters, but with McCarthy likely to just join the team on the ice. The second, they're actually leaving the door open. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Something interesting of note, this can actually play to their advantage because McCarthy can jump on right then and there, past the red line. Another thing of note, up to the top left of the screen once we get back into the neutral ice, Miami scouting their opponents tonight of Team Ohio, looking on, watching this game after their win.
That shot just forcing a save out of Carmody. Mike Mueller. Holding. Working cross ice to Galvin. Of course, assuming Team Ohio holds on, it'll be Miami and Team Ohio moving on, but that third game important in terms of who they face in the semifinals and wanting to face maybe the lesser of the two between Canton and Dayton, who will take each other on. And what should be the first real thing. Oh, nice little play from Eichmuller. They tried to catch Carmody napping and had to force a quick move into the butterfly. Glove down nicely from McCarthy. He'll try and take him on solo and lost the puck. It is Saliba. Saliba lost it. The puck skipping on a few players early in the second period. No ice shaving between the first and the second period. Nice drag. Gann shot, forced a good blocker save.
Something I noticed is that Team Ohio got away with one there.
Gann shot, kick out save.
As their previous zone entry was occurring, there was a player coming off shy of the blue line as the boards extend past the blue line here at Coach Katie Arena. And he was getting off, but he had not left the ice yet. His skates were both still on the ice when they entered the zone. The ref did not call an offside on it.
Yeah, lucky break, no goal scored, so no real result from it. It is Eric trying to work through the middle. And McCarthy behind the net. Now McCarthy to McCarthy, the brothers connect. One of quite a few brother pairings we've seen in this tournament. And they are really both quite strong defensemen for this Team Ohio team. A big reason for their success defensively and denying any sustained offensive pressure either last night or in this one today. They lock up. Nice work from Gann to lock up. It's Gray. Gray walks in. Great shot off the side of the net. He did have Drago. May have wanted to find him as Hilliard may have 2-on-2, 2-on-3 opportunity building. Nice active stick from McCarthy. Going to Ball. Ball with a few. Ball shot blocked off by Barber, and it works its way behind the net.
On that 2-on-1 there, I don't think it was a terrible shot by Gray. Just shanked it a little bit. Didn't get it quite on the heel the way he wanted to.
Certainly Gray has to play like a shoot. A negative angle shot, looking for a deflection or something in front. It does come free. Humphrey only able to get to McCarthy. McCarthy's shot blocked in front. It came off of Humphreys. Humphreys able to shovel it free to center and past McCarthy, but Veland, a really good back checking forward, is there to collect for the white and orange. McCarthy working his way in. Oh, nice back check from Wren. Wren looking to collect. It touched along and is deflected. Kimbleton erases the icing as Yadlos leaves it for Veland.
Two great plays there by Wren. The first one, just as we were talking about, almost picking that off in the neutral zone and going for a break. And the second one, a great back check, as you said, to send that up the other way. Just a little bit of an errant pass, or else Hilliard would have been away the other way.
Yadlos recollects. We're through 3.5. Already a few shots picked up, even more so for Team Ohio. They now sit at 25 shots on goal. We've only played about 20 minutes on the ice. Kimbleton works past two, trying to go it alone, force a good save off the arm of the Team Ohio goalie. That was Adam.
Cleanest shot they've gotten off so far, and a pretty decent chance as he cut into the middle. Tried to go against the grain.
There's going to be an icing going against Team Ohio with 12:58 left. In this one, 25-3 shots on goal. I think it may be 25-4 is what it should be at, but they're marked at 25-3 for the time being.
Yeah, that one should have been a forced shot there for Hilliard. As again, shot volume heavily favoring Team Ohio, but Hilliard's been getting a couple of chances here and there recently.
You know, it is interesting. Team Ohio, one of those teams that you look at 25 shots on goal, and it's not too many of them have been high opportunity chances. They love to take their shots from outside and try and create rebounds. And so you think 25 shots on goal, they may have only had maybe 10 high chance opportunities, and yet that's still a pretty dominant performance so far. Centering pass in front, Larson on the backhand. He tried to tuck it home. Carmody didn't find it, but it does get free. So McCarthy high side. Saucer pass to Yadlos. Yadlos missed wide glove side. Again, they rotate. Metzger in front, Epic with room. Epic shot, scores! Epic got enough space and the quick release. Beating Carmody high glove side. It's 3-0 Team Ohio midway through the second period.
Well, a great set play there by Team Ohio. They know exactly what they're looking for in that high slot right up the middle. Epic left all alone, a little bit of a defensive lapse there by Hilliard. leaving him all alone, able to drag and fire that one. He had all the time in the world he needed to rip that one past Carmody.
Oh, no doubt, and that's been a thorn on the side of Hilliard. They're just unable to get enough on their clearing attempts, and what it's allowed is Team Ohio to set up 2 or 3 centering passes in one zone entry, and that's just too much for Carmody to handle at once. A comfortable stick save there. Again, no shot on goal. That may be fixed at the end of the period, as it's 26-3. That, not sure that fully reflects the full shots on goal for either side. They battle for the corner. Shooting pass, and held up along the post by Zachary Adam.
Hilliard doing their level best to try and fight their way back into this one. Couple of chances there. Again, they're getting a little bit of offensive pressure here and there. Really starting to settle into the game a little bit better than they had in the first period. They don't look nearly as far on their heels as they did, despite the goal.
So with 11:44 left in the second, it's 3-0 Team Ohio. Hilliard has struggled to get really anything going of note offensively. And that's the theme. It's a 2-on-1. It got past Hong. It's Gann walking in. Gann shot off the ball. Oh my goodness. Backhand attempt save. Third chance. Another pad save. Without a stick is Carmody. Hilliard recollects as Kimbleton will hold and move it up to Watkins, who will dump it through. Carmody is able to recollect his stick. Boy, Gann beat Carmody glove side. Walking in though. Shot. Safe. And the best save so far of the night, of the afternoon, that is, from Adam. Gann trying to show the quick release. Another easy pad save as McCarthy collects. A skipping puck nearly handed Team Ohio their 4th of the day. And there's going to be a penalty. It's going to go on Kimbleton. We'll see what it's for. As Drago was shoved roughly into the boards. He's slow to get up. Does appear to be okay. He's a little frustrated by it. We'll see what the call is. And with 10:58 left, it's a 2-minute roughing call going against Kimbleton. And so not at all what Hilliard needs, and another opportunity for Team Ohio to add on to an ever-increasing lead. It sits at 3-0 for the time being.
I'll tell you what, that play, where they got that 2-on-1, where they ripped that shot that beat everything but the plumbing, what a wonderful set play. They dragged it back on the face-off win defensively. Those two forwards took the jump immediately, and a lob by the defenseman up ahead. They knew exactly what they were doing, just how they drew it up, except for the part where it hit the iron instead of the back of the net.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's that pesky iron that is the only thing you can't beat. As McCarthy's shot just went wide, and there's just not much you can do about it when that's the case. And the speed of these forwards, boy, I think it's going to be a real issue for other teams. Brotherton, a one-on-one opportunity. McCarthy, textbook defensively. Getting a body in front of the shot. He did well to cut down the angle and then erase the shot. Adam didn't have to do anything. And then, a dangerous play. Barney nearly colliding with Metzger with pace. The two of those. That could have been a big hit in open ice. And having felt that a few times myself, that does not feel good for either. A good thing to see that neither one caught. Drago, 2-on-2. With a cutting again. That was a really nice saucer pass to find Gann, who couldn't quite lift it over the pad. A brilliant play between the two of those. Drago picks it up. Drago cross ice for Salima. And Martin got enough on the stick to erase it as we dip under the 10-minute mark. It's 28-6. It's shots on goal. If you're just joining us, it's 3-0 Team Ohio as we get an offsides whistle. Haven't seen much from Hilliard. It's been pretty much all white and orange. The Big H not producing much on the offensive zone so far today.
Well, one player I want to highlight is Cole McCarthy. Brilliant defensive plays. He's got such a great vision for the ice. He made a great defensive play there to stop a one-on-one play as they were picking off a pass. And in the first period, right as Hilliard finished killing off a penalty, they sent one out of the box, and he would have been home free on a break as another penalty coming to Hilliard. He would have been home free on a break, but McCarthy saw it coming and jumped all the way back to the far blue line to intercept it and prevent it from being a breakaway.
Yeah, that's what's going to go against Mason. It's a little sloppy there as he fell and let a stick trickle into the skate blade. And so it's going to be a 36-second 5-on-3 and a great opportunity as we may have We'll see if we maybe have a timeout from Team Ohio. I'm not sure. It is going to be a timeout. Assuming from Team Ohio as they immediately huddle up, trying to capitalize and get one, maybe two on this severe odd man opportunity.
Well, this is really their chance to put this game out of reach, and it definitely makes sense to take a timeout like this at this time. The only situation in which it might come back to bite them is if somehow they don't capitalize on this 5-on-3, and then later in the game, Hilliard mounts a comeback, and then Team Ohio will lose that opportunity to stop the bleeding via a timeout. But other than that, they're in a good position. They seem really confident and just making a set play there to try and help capitalize early on this 5-on-3. They've got plenty of time on it.
You know, something we've talked a lot about the McCarthy brothers, Cooper and Cole. It's fascinating to watch them a little bit, both defensemen obviously, but a little bit of yin and yang. Cooper, a much more offensively minded defenseman. He picked up a goal yesterday. He's got a wicked release. And then Cole McCarthy, just always so steady. His shot blocking ability and then his positioning defensively is just spot on. And that's one of the reasons they take their time out now. Even if something slides against their favor late and they start dropping goals, they often are not on the ice. And so if either one of them is on the ice, the communication and leadership that they bring is a true steadying presence for this Team Ohio squad. It makes me believe that as things may get away from them, not saying that it will, of course, but if it does happen, that their leadership should be able to keep things under control later on in this one.
Very well put, and they're both out there together to start this 5-on-3, both communicating with one another. Cole in close, and he gets it.
McCarthy to McCarthy. This is Cooper. Cooper centering pass, always looking for Metzger. A nice active stick there to prevent it from Hilliard.
Great play there by Bradley Martin, intercepting the cross crease feed and then clearing it himself on the 5-on-3, giving them a chance.
Salima, he's already got one today. Salima walks in, going low. Over to McCarthy. Back to Metzger. Metzger's got one as well. Deflection, that went up and out of play, I believe, unless they just lost sight of it for a second. But it looked like it came up and out of play off the stick of Salima. Faceoff will stay inside the offensive zone, and 4 more seconds of 5-on-3 play. Team Ohio unable to get too good of an opportunity, although they are possessing the puck well so far. As another win faceoff. Out of the box. McCarthy, Spinorama. Kimbleton back on the ice. Salima, short side. Salima! Oh, nice blocker save. And Epic keeps it in. That's a really nice stick lift, although pass just out of the reach of McCarthy, and we trickle down to a minute left on the power play. It's Metzger and McCarthy, the two-man game as they work it in. McCarthy, nice move. Working against Wallen, throws on the brakes. Salima, high side. Salima's shot, blocker save. Oh, Carmody did not have it on the rebound. It's a good thing there was no one there. That's something we've seen a lot of. Carmody just can't find it. Oh, nice cut from McCarthy and couldn't quite get the shot away. That was a great little move from McCarthy to try and work into, as we mentioned, the Royal Road. No call. Centering pass, trying to find Kimbleton. Riley had him. As there was no one back checking from Team Ohio. That was a bit of a lackadaisical play from the forwards in white and orange.
What a shift there from Kimbleton. Started back in the other zone, picking that great play off, cutting to the center and clearing it, and then up ahead, almost cutting in for a break yet again.
McCarthy working his way in. McCarthy going through the legs, holding in the corner. This time Drago. Drago tries a Michigan, never got up on his blade. Boy, that's a bit of creativity. High shot, deflects, and it's in! It's off again, I believe. And it's 4-0. Carmody with no chance. It is Salima who they'll give it to. And 4-0 as we're past the halfway mark. All Team Ohio here on Steve Cady Arena.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's a great yin and yang display there of finesse and fundamentals. First, the confidence to go for a Michigan in a tournament game, even if you're up 3-0. I really do admire that confidence. He thought he had it, and he nearly did. And then for it to go straight back to the point and a simple fundamental shot, a regular, I don't want to say pedestrian because it was a well-placed shot, but a good wrister, tipped in, deflecting off a body, just a perfect display of yin and yang there for Team Ohio.
And they nearly had another opportunity. Ruff almost got a shot away. It was whistled down for offsides as that puck was up in the air and didn't land before he was well into the zone. And so 31-6 is what we're seeing on shots on goal. As the faceoff is won by Hilliard into their own zone. Alexander there to collect behind the net. That was an ill-advised pass, and it was nearly picked off by Ball. Martin is able to reset. And I must say, even when they have the puck, Hilliard just look out of sorts. Their breakouts haven't looked good. Their forwards aren't rotating the way that they should be. Their defensemen aren't finding tape to tape, even in their own D zone, and that's a real problem for this Hilliard team.
Yeah, I was expecting them to come out a little bit stronger, trying to get some vengeance for that after that 10-3 loss, but it seems to either maybe have rattled them or it's just the early morning following that loss causing them issues.
It is working through. Galvin, nice bit of skill. Offside waved off. It was close, right at the line. As Yadlos will go through to recollect. Veland finished the hit behind the play on Eric. So as we near the 6-minute mark, 4-0. It is Watkins, though. Watkins bodied off strongly. Nice play from the back-checking forward of Eichmuller. And 3-on-2 if they hurry. Eichmuller flying through. Works to the backhand, forced into the corner nicely by Wallen. Eichmuller content. Playing the cycle game back to Cantini. Cantini-Pimpleton collide. It's Pimpleton who's looked arguably the best out of anyone on the Hilliard squad so far today. Able to try and do enough. Eichmuller's shot just went wide. Carmody didn't see it all the way through. Saliba threw one to the front. No one home. Duffy shuffling it through. A reset. Wallen reverses over to Watkins, who perfectly content shuffling it through into the D zone of Team Ohio, but McCarthy there comfortably. And some fresh legs on both sides. Salima, pass Ren. Two-man game. They try and go the weave, and it doesn't quite go. There's going to be no icing as it's waved off. Epic loses a stick on a nice stick lift. Centering pass. That's Pimbleton battling with Duffy. It's the two of them battle. It's Pimbleton again. Oh, nice active stick from Hilliard to create almost a dangerous opportunity in front. Shot blocked in front. Red holding. Stick lift from Epic, not quite enough to get it out of the zone. Longest sustained zone time we've seen from Hilliard all day today. Brotherton throws one on, it's blocked. And it's shuffled up and out of play. We'll get a whistle with 4.5 to go.
I'll tell you what, that Hilliard shift right there almost looked Team Ohio-esque in itself. And really the only reason that it didn't end up with a great opportunity, Team Ohio blocking shots left and right. As the puck was thrown back out for this. Okay, they did catch it. I was worried that they were going to miss it at first. But yeah, great shift there from Hilliard. And hard work paying off a little bit there as they get another offensive zone draw out of it.
Yeah, and those block shots, not just coming from the defenseman, that's good work from back-checking forwards. That line of Metzger and Epic working together, the two line mates, they've looked phenomenal on both sides of the ice. Epic, we spoke of pregame. Let his frustrations get the better of him at times in the game against Cincinnati. He was not the only one in a game that ended 4-2 victory, but the goalie ability of Sabera frustrated Team Ohio, and Epic playing much more composed offensively and defensively, being in the right spot at all times. It is Gann working it up the right-hand side. Gann, cross ice, finds Drago. Drago able to hold it in. Reverses. Picked up nicely as 2-on-2 the other way go Hilliard. Humphreys holding. And another nice back check, this time by Gray. Gann. Gann working it, flies in. Gann scores! Oh, what a goal! Gann goes low, 5-hole, off the post and in. It's 5-0 Ohio with 3s on the clock.
Well, what a seeing eye shot there. Coming in, sharp angle, not a lot of room. It's not like Carmody was out of position or anything. Just a little bit, just enough room there on the 5-hole. and he sees his shot, he takes it, and makes no mistake. What a shot, and what a shot selection from the Team Ohio forward.
Yeah, that line, I can't pick a bad offensive line right now for Team Ohio. They are just working so well in rotation, quick shifts, doing what they need to, getting off the ice. And then the stretch pass, of course. That all started from a little stretch pass to find Gann, as now Salima may try and do the same thing. This time butted off nicely. That was some nice physicality from Huang. As Huang again with the nice stick lift as it goes all the way down. Not going to be an icing as it would have gone in and force a reaction, that is, out of Adam. Reverse to Galvin. Galvin continues it up off the boards. Ike Muller in front. Oh, wow, that took a funny hop, and McCarthy was luckily there to recollect for Team Ohio. Ike Muller. Salima went in well offsides, and so they'll have to reset and dump it in again. We're inside of 3, 32-6 on the shots on goal meter. It's 5-0 Team Ohio. White and orange dominating the Big H in Hilliard. 4 battle up against the corner boards. Duffy, it comes free to him. He'll try and go blocker side. He's trying to sneak it above the pads, below the blockers. That's a great spot to put it. Just missed. Shot, oh, forced a good pad save. Carmody not moving as well, clearly tired in the crease. He just hasn't moved well laterally in this second half of the period. Duffy's shot came off at Francis, went wide. They battle for it up along the boards. 4 completely tied up as it's Veland, and that's going to be a whistle. As we'll see who they go for.
It's going to be on Team Ohio. He gave a little extra shove there after the puck made its way past.
Boy, I'll tell you what, they go for Ohio on a definite deserved call against Team Ohio. I'm a little bit surprised that they did not also catch Brotherton for a trip at the end of that one, as he totally wiped him out. This may be a 2-10. Oh, no, it's just Salima going in. It's going to be a 2-minute rough. I'm a little surprised that we're not getting matching. There was certainly a trip behind the play. It was after the initial penalty, but that certainly could have been a penalty on Brotherton to get a 4-on-4, but instead Hilliard gets a break, and what an opportunity to maybe try and scrape their way back into it with only 6 shots on goal. Could this be the moment that they try and get something going offensively?
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but I'll tell you what, I don't think that their initial power play looked horrible. I think there's a lot of things that they need to tighten up on, but I think the potential is there, especially with the increased zone time they've had in this second period. And if there's any time, it's now.
Absolutely. We're inside of 2 minutes, so if they don't score before the end of the period, it'll be 11 seconds of a power play to start for Hilliard. Cleared all the way down. Nicely done there by McCarthy.
No surprise there. Number 44 on the puck already on the kill, just like he was last kill.
Absolutely. Humphreys trying to work past a couple. Metzger doing really nicely, and then a hip check. Force him into the corner. Humphreys did well, though, to maintain possession through a couple of bodies. Martin, high side. Minute 17. Riley shot. He was looking for Aaron, who was cutting the net. Aaron couldn't quite get the tip on. He had some room behind the net. Humphreys loses his stick after a collision with Yadlos. And McCarthy does well. It's Cooper McCarthy doing well to get it at least back to Riley. Martin, past a couple, throw on the brakes. Martin goes down, holding. Somehow holding for the time being as 2 go down, and they do get to center.
It's going to be a penalty.
It is. It's going to be on Metzger, and probably unnecessarily so, as he was dragged down. And it's touched with 37-7 left. We'll get the entirety of the second period plus another 11 seconds of the second if they don't score on the 5-on-3.
I'll tell you what, that is a big loss right there for Team Ohio on the penalty kill. Very easily one of their best penalty killers is Metzger, so never mind the 5-on-3, just losing him at all for any period of time is not ideal. As a big name player for Team Ohio goes to the box, and they get to finish this period with a 5-on-3, does Hilliard. Big, big opportunity.
Absolutely. Dwindling down in the second. Hilliard hoping that they can maybe get a draw and some zone time. They do. Clevenger at the point. Working his way in. Clevenger Caught a face mask up front and just went over. Brotherton holding, trying to go centering pass. Couldn't find it. Second chance, still there. Brotherton resetting. Brotherton shot, spoiled nicely. Drago did well. Throwing on the brakes is Gray. Gray to McCarthy. Can McCarthy get it clear? No, he can't. Drago does get it clear, and it's all the way down. Under 10. That'll likely be the end of the second period. It will be. And so 5-0 Team Ohio. It's all white and orange here in Steve Cady Arena.
I'll tell you what, after watching that second period, I don't think you could convince me that Hilliard is playing bad if you tried. I think, honestly, the disparity in this game comes by way of the phenomenal defensive play on the part of Team Ohio. You looked at that 5-on-3 kill for the remainder of it. Hilliard was moving the puck, trying to get it into spaces where it belongs. But even the three bodies, the three players on the ice, outnumbered by 2 by Team Ohio, still clogging up lanes, still intercepting passes, and still working it clear, is beyond impressive. So Hilliard not playing bad, just Team Ohio is putting on a clinic and showing why they're one of the best contenders of this tournament.
Oh, no doubt about it. The 2 seed here in the Buckeye Cup. It's 5-0 Team Ohio. We'll be back in a few. Welcome back to Steve Katie Arena for the third period between Team Ohio and Hilliard. The first two periods, dominant ones for the white and orange. It's 5-0 Team Ohio. Heading into the third, they do have two players in the box to start the period, and a brilliant opportunity for Hilliard to maybe try and scrape something across, a must-win game for both these sides, or at least for Hilliard, that is, if they want to try and advance. It's only the top two out of each pool that will advance. So Hilliard dropping the first one 10-3 against Miami would not be able to advance without a miracle in this one. Team Ohio looking to roll to another victory as they look on to this evening where they take on rivals Miami of Ohio, the Miami Junior Redhawks. We get started on this third period, this beautiful Saturday afternoon in Goggin, Ohio, the wonderful college town playing host to the Buckeye Cup. Kimbleton, right up the back in, centering pass in front. Humphreys was there, a sprawling goalie never got a piece of it. And we're back to 5-on-4.
Man, I would have loved to see Kimball rip that one instead of pass it. I know he was stuck on his backhand, but he had the goalie moving. And if he could get any elevation on that, it would have been a really dangerous chance. I know he saw the pass, but it would have been easier to just get that shot away.
Oh, I totally agree. And now the other way, Epic. We've seen these release Epic. Oh, couldn't quite get it through. And then a second chance, stuffing attempt. Goalie goes in. Goalie still down. Finally, we get a whistle as McCarthy flew in to the goalie, Carmody.
Yeah, I think Team Ohio's getting really lucky here. That really should have been a goalie interference call. It was pretty much completely uncontested. McCarthy just kind of flew into the crease and bowled over Carmody. I'm sure he didn't intend to do that and that he was trying to get out in front for a puck, but ultimately he did go straight through him.
Yeah, another bit of a lucky break there for Team Ohio as McCarthy was trying to look for the stuff attempt, and Riley was behind him but never got his arms extended or really shoved him into it. Carmody luckily okay, everyone good. Still down 5-on-4. That was a short-handed opportunity for Team Ohio. There's Brotherton taking the puck momentarily for Hilliard as they try and set up any sort of offensive zone pressure. They're a little late on their rotations, I've noticed, even on the power play. And what it's done is it's prevented them from sustaining any O-zone pressure because as they try and dump it in, their forwards aren't there in time. And because of that, they can't try and pinch and reverse it or let it go all the way through to a pinching defender on that side. And so Team of Ohio can just let it roll all the way through or try and cut it off and clear it down quite easily. As that one pops up in the air, loved out comfortably from Carmody, and that's something we've seen. It's just a tad step slow from Hilliard all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, Hilliard, they almost seem to be panicking a little bit with the puck. Just not really in that flow state. They're not getting crisp passes away. They're not getting crisp shots away. And I think they're almost trying a little bit too hard right now. I think they're letting go of the fundamentals in getting lost in this effort to try and play for a little bit of pride, and they got to settle it down a little bit.
Yeah, it certainly seems like Hilliard is trying their hardest to play their game, or at least they have been the first two periods, and they just haven't been able to do it, and that's definitely frustrated them, and understandably so. And you try and go in, you have a game plan, and for the most part, you execute it, and still nothing works, and you're just up against a team that's faster, bigger, stronger, and outplaying you pretty much on all fronts. It can get difficult to try and stay locked in and try and keep doing what you're doing to produce any kind of offensive result.
Yeah, speaking from experience as a former high school player in Ohio myself, there's nothing more frustrating than having a game plan and executing that game plan well, and yet coming out with nothing to show for it.
It's difficult in both hockey and all other sports. Having played a few myself, that forces a save from Adam. He hasn't had much work. 7 of 7 in terms of saves, and only 2 or 3 of them having to do much for it, although he's looked sharp in the periods that he worked. He played in the second and third last night against Cincinnati. He came in relief of Tommy Stewart, who is considered their 1A and will likely get the start against Miami tonight. It is nice to see, though, that if they have to go to Zachary Adam later on, that his strong. Humphreys working on the right-hand side, trying to get to his forehand. A really nice stick from Cooper McCarthy. We've talked all day, all weekend, in fact, of Cooper McCarthy and his play, his ability on both sides of the ice as an offensive-minded defenseman who has a really active stick. And it shows it again as it's into the Hilliard zone. Team Ohio pinching to try and get it. It's his brother Cole McCarthy working to Cooper McCarthy. Nice hands. McCarthy tried to do a curl and drag, and Riley said no, and dumping all the way down for an icing.
Well, Cooper McCarthy's got some great moves, but I think he just tries to do a little bit too much there. You know, he's got support on the lateral side. He could have sent that back across. Instead, he goes for the move. It gets picked off. And usually that works out for him, but sometimes you just got to make the safer play there.
2.5 minutes in. We're back to even strength, 34-7 shots on goal. It's 5-0 Team Ohio. If you're just joining us, it's been pretty much all in their favor today. Hilliard was trying to salvage the weekend after a 10-2 thrashing against Miami. Centering pass. Gann couldn't quite get the stick down. It was a nice stick lift there from Kimbleton. Well, you said his name a lot for Hilliard. He's been one of the bright spots for the Blue today. It's Galvin on the other side. Trying to go stretch pass to Drago. Drago in. Drago shot. Just went wide. He was trying to go high glove side and missed the frame entirely. Alexander in his own zone. They reset. Martin holding past a few. Nice individual play from Martin. He can really skate. Martin works onto the forehand, reverses, and content taking it all the way back out of the zone. Probably an unforced entry there from Ferrari. May have been better off just holding and trying to reset as 2 or 3 Hilliard players were still in the zone. It is Gann. He'll dump it in, forcing a stick from Carmody as they work into the corner. Drago underneath. Drago holding. Centering play. Erased. Playing high side. McCarthy with room. McCarthy walks in. Shot. High glove save. Carmody able to track it all the way in and makes the glove save right in front of the mask.
You know, Cole McCarthy showing a little bit of frustration there as he's heading off, but honestly, not really a whole lot to be frustrated about. It was a good shot selection. Great shot placement. Just gloved down and caught by Carmody. Saw it through the traffic.
Yeah, it's a nice move from Carmody to track it down on that one. That's a nice play by McCarthy, and then for the forwards, that's their responsibility. A little late getting on the ice is Kimbleton, who's being double, triple shifted at this point. It's hard to find a time on the ice, where he's not on the ice. I'm sure he's exhausted, but doing what he can to help out a Hilliard squad that has been able to produce close to nothing offensively. Face-off taking a 1. It's McCarthy with room. McCarthy walks all the way in. Oh, what a play by Ferrari defensively. In front, though, second chance saved. That was Salima trying to stuff it home from 4 to 5 feet out. Still battling. Nice forechecking. Salima, pass 2. He tried to shovel it in front. Carmody was hugged against his post. We talked about the RVH. It was to his favor there as not able to get anything was Salima on the short angle. It is McCarthy working his way through. Salima. They battle for it. And now Clevenger. Drops through. Back into the zone for Team Ohio as they'll try and reset and break it out to center. Salima only able to get it as far as Kimbleton, who's dropping down as a forward. Ruff, though, takes it from him. Ruff, 1-on-2. Ruff shot. A comfortable pad save. Ruff, fourth line forward. Haven't seen a ton of him today, but looking forward to see more of him as they've got this game comfortably in hand. He's a fourth line forward, and they'll likely have more opportunities as these teams get more tired. Duffy walks in. His shot just missed wide. He was trying to go glove side. McCarthy, a pinching defenseman. Brotherton without a stick. Did well physicality-wise to try and shove off. And it's Wieland, though, that collect. Wieland still with it, trying to force it through, and it makes its way into the corner. Ball closed off hard. It's recollected. It is Clevenger. Getting as far. Riley forcing the issue. Riley all the way in. Duffy doing extremely well, positionally forcing him off. And they'll go end-to-end. Some open hockey here on both sides as Ball trying to go 1-on-4. Ball in the back end. Ball trying to scoop it through. Hugged up against the post was Carmody, not letting anything through.
One of the big things I'm noticing about Hilliard's defensive structure is it's really low. One of their big struggles today, and part of the reason that Team Ohio is on top so heavily, is they're not doing a lot to pressure the high end, the defense. They stay low, and it's helping protect the low slot, but not doing a whole lot to help get the puck out of that zone. And it's playing a big role in their defensive time.
Boy, Galvin's shot was erased. It's interesting, we think of different teams' sort of strategies. A defensive structure like that may work against a team like Dayton, who works so well through the low slot and has really struggled so far this weekend to get anything going from the outside. But a team like Ohio, who thrives on the outside shots. They've got so many snipers on their squad. They've just been able to walk right in and pick corners out, and has allowed them to smooth and drive comfortably into a 5-0 lead so far with 10 to go.
Definitely. A team that loves using defensemen in the offensive zone is a successful team.
Yodlo's shot makes its way through to Metzger, that is, who we've called his name so many times today. Nice stick lift, keep it in the zone. There was no one there to take advantage, though, for Team Ohio. Boy, I really like Metzger's play, not just offensively. We've shown the offensive ability. That's going to go down for an icing. But we've seen Metzger's shooting ability and his skating ability. But one of the other things, he's so smart in the offensive zone. That stick lift, knowing the puck is trickling out front. And as Hilliard is trying to just shovel it back underneath, he knows to get a stick in and just sort of try and keep that puck trickling in front, because there's often a trailing forward or pinching defenseman who's there to make the play. There was no one there on that occasion. But that's the type of play that is going to cause long-term success for your squad. And it's exactly the type of play you're looking for from a veteran forward like Grayson Metzger.
Yeah, Metzger's just a gamer. I mean, he does everything you need him to do. There's a reason he's on every...
Wait, centering pass, 2 saves. Oh, wow. Carmody was down in a sprawl and man to make a couple of nice pad saves. Puck comes free again, trying to drag it around. It's in! 6-0. It's Gann this time who ended up on top of the sprawling Carmody, but it ends up on the back of the net. And on their 40th shot of the day, Team Ohio makes it 6-0. It's all white and orange here in Steve Cady Arena.
Yeah, that's a great drive there by Gann. He just powers to the net, something that we've seen multiple players on Team Ohio do tonight. The aforementioned Metzger being one of those players. He just gets it around the side of the pad and slides it right through, right as he's crashing into that blue paint. And at that point, not much left that the goalie can do.
So at 9:24, it's long discussion there between Kimbleton and Carmody. The linesman involved. Not sure that was possibly just some encouragement for the goalie, who's had to take a bruising end of an exceptionally difficult game. Kimbleton trying to go all the way. Kimbleton, pass 2, pass 3. Kimbleton all the way in. Oh, what a save. Boy, Kimbleton, what an effort from the forward. He tried to do it all himself. Showed a little frustration after he couldn't convert. Centering pass to Arrett. That one went wide. You know, Kimbleton, one of the bright spots offensively for Hilliard. McCarthy now the other way. Nice poke from Humphreys. We shall see. Kimbleton knows that he's been one of the few bright spots, and I've really enjoyed watching him try to incorporate other teammates into the game. I would be shocked if that continues. He's just going off that opportunity, a frustrated forward. I often see those skilled guys just try and take it themselves. I certainly hope that he incorporates his teammates through, but he's got the skills to go all the way every time. Mike Mueller now holding in the corner. He'll drop it down to Salima. Salima with room. Clapbaum looking for a deflection, comes all the way through. And a pad save. It's held by Carmody.
Well, good save there by Carmody, but yeah, we were just talking Kimbleton, one of the strongest players on that team. He had a great look there. And we had been mentioning since the first period, picked off passes in the neutral zone, and he had a great look there from that. But the thing that I noticed about him is despite the negative body language right after he was unable to bury that shot, he still got to that loose puck and sent it right back into the high slot for another chance. So he may have been frustrated, but he still made the right play, and that's impressive on his part.
Faced off one a little too well for Team Ohio, forces them all the way back into their own zone. Shooting it up now to Veland. They battle for it in center ice. Duffy holds and feeds nicely to Ruff. Ruff walks in, shot, gloved out of the air. That was a nice play. And I gotta say, defensively, such a low line from Hilliard. Martin was dropping so quickly, not even trying to contest the shot. And with players that can shoot it so well, I'm a little surprised by that game plan. Martin seemingly a little low right off the jump there, not wanting to be beat past. But when you allow a player to get off a free shot inside of the faceoff circle, there's just not a ton that the goalie can do, forcing a really nice play. But that's hard to do consistently from a goalie's perspective as Francis dumps it all the way in.
Yeah, very low, very surrendering defensive structure from Hilliard all game. We mentioned it earlier. They're not really challenging the high men, not really challenging the low men either. Gap control is a big important thing in getting it out the other way and pressuring those shots to the outside. But they've let a lot of clean shots through, and that's part of why it's 6-0.
Martin playing the solo game rotationally. Little Snow as they chop it past a couple. And a 2-on-1 opportunity. Wren has Brotherton in the middle. Wren working his way in, trying to tap it in. Oh, Brotherton couldn't quite tap it home. You got a wide open net as that pass just slid past Adam on the back end. Metzger through 2. Nice reverse. Trying to get the shot away. And couldn't get through. Puck still free in the center. Gets as far as Yadlos. Yadlos, deflection, scores! It's Larson at 7-0. They throw it to the net. And it's all Team Ohio.
He may not end up on the score sheet for it, but that play has McCarthy's name all over it, starting in the other end with the 2-on-1 in what would have been a clean feed. But McCarthy able to intercept that stick and get enough of it to prevent the feed from going across, helping get the puck up the other way for a goal for Team Ohio. And yet again, Cole McCarthy showing off his immense hockey IQ.
Yeah, it's just really well done. I've been really impressed with his play so far, as Ruff was just trying to steal one and get a quick eighth. He's down low to Gray. They do battle Wallen on his own end, trying to at least get it to clear. Yadlos is there. Team Ohio just not bothering at all. Shot high, just high. They are not slowing down even in the slightest. Drago. Centering pass, no one home. Gann was just a step in front of it. Gann got one to him. Gann walks in, snapshot, scores! Oh my goodness! High blocker side on the snapshot. It's 8-0 with 6:01 to go. It's a snipe show here in Steve Katie Arena.
Yeah, I think the floor is just really starting to fall out from under Hilliard. And honestly, it's a little bit disappointing that happened the way it did, because I thought in the previous zone entry, I really liked Hilliard's defensive zone play. That time they actually sent forwards up to the defenseman and challenged them, and it caused Hilliard to get a clear. But just on that zone entry, a beautiful snapshot. Not much else you can do.
Yeah, there's nothing Carmody can do, and yet I think defensively it was the super low line. He just shouldn't be the same with here. He walks in. Oh, and that one came just off the iron. And it's just, you cannot let those guys that you know can shoot so well work against a guy. And Carmody, who's faced 45 shots, he's going to be exhausted. He faced nearly 50 last night against Miami. This is a guy who's just exhausted, surely setting in, as physicality and frustration really setting in for Hilliard as they try and take out their frustrations on the defenseman of Team Ohio. Icing waved off. 5 and change to go. It's 8-0. Game, of course, out of reach for Hilliard. And at this point, what can you take? If you're Hilliard the last 5 minutes, what do you want to take, knowing that you have a matchup in the later ends against the team that you could possibly try and do something? I believe it's Indian Hill who they'll be taking on next.
Well, you just got to stick with the lessons that you learned from this game facing such a strong opponent. Seeing what they did right, taking the notes of the things that you did right, and working from it there. One of the big things I want to see them improve upon, as I already talked about, is gap control. So the space, for those that don't know it, is the space between the puck carrier and the defenseman. And it looks like we got a penalty coming to Team Ohio.
Yeah, we may have matching. It's certainly, we'll see who goes off. It's certainly Francis going, and it looks like Cooper McCarthy's going to join him in the box. And we're going to go 2 minutes for roughing apiece. And these refs are just trying to do damage control, make sure things don't get too out of control. We'll get 5 aside. We'll see. I'm kind of curious. We have 5 on the ice right now. I do wonder if there's maybe any game misconducts that went along with it, because we're not having 4-on-4, but it's just matching, it would appear. So 5-on-5 hockey, 4:39 to go, 8-0 Team Ohio. If you've somehow just joined us late on, it's 45-9 in shots on goal, all white and orange today. Hilliard facing off, or will face off later on. against. That is going to be an icing. There's 5-on-5, so that will be an icing. It's going to be Hilliard, Indian Hill later on, and Team Ohio, a thrashing of Hilliard in this one, and they go on to face Miami, who also took care of business against Hilliard. So a fascinating game to wrap up this pool to see who will get the top seed.
Yeah, very good games coming up this evening. Some heavyweight matchups. We've got Miami and Team Ohio, and then of course we have Canton Akron facing off against Dayton at the same time.
Both of those. The other one, Canton Akron against Dayton. I'm especially fascinated. Those are two teams that skate exceptionally well. They are incredibly fast. We've seen Dayton capitalize on some centering plays and working through that Royal Road, those low slot type of plays. I'm extremely curious. They haven't faced a team that defends that low slot area particularly well. Canton can do that. That is one area that they excel defensively, and they have a really good goalie. And so I'm curious to see if Dayton can maintain the offensive prowess that they've had early on. They've got 13 goals in 2 games, and I'm not sure if that'll be the case moving forward.
One thing that I've really loved about watching this tournament so far is that pretty much every team seems to have a different overall game plan and strategy, and you can really see the creativity of ice hockey and strategy in the sport flourishing here.
Delayed penalty, as we're going to get some whistles. So we're going to get Watkins going to the box for what might be a hold behind the goal. Epic having some words with Watkins, it would appear, but he won't go. And so with 3:26, it'll be a late power play for Team Ohio, who could add on. We shall see what the call is. Not sure we ever got official word, but not terribly important. It looks like it was a roughing. And so with 3:26 left, another late power play. Some interesting line combinations. I love this look. Eichmuller, Salima, Cantini, Yadlos, McCarthy. This is a line that can shoot. I'll tell you what, all 5 guys can really shoot the puck, and they can really move it laterally. I'm excited to see how this team moves. McCarthy walks in, looking for a deflection from Cantini. Eichmuller there to collect the rebound, and he'll shuffle it into the corner. Cantini. Yadlos at the point. Yadlos walks in, looking for a deflection. Second chance. Eichmuller scores! 9-0, Team Ohio. Eichmuller on the second chance. He missed the initial deflection, and then the puck came free. It's Eichmuller on the scoreboard, and we're back to 5-on-5 play. 9-0 with 3:07 left in this second set.
Yeah, Team Ohio is just really putting the emphasis and the finishing touches on this game. An impressive power play, never really in doubt there from start to finish. Never got as clear, and just a quick answer to make this 9-0.
It certainly seems the defensive structure has fallen out from underneath Hilliard, and it's a tough scene to watch because for a while there they were able to sort of run their game plan, and it seems like even that, which wasn't working all that well, but it was limiting some of the damage, that's fallen out. And when that falls out and you're going against a team who has beaten you on other sides of the ice in terms of physicality and speed, it's an uphill, very uphill climb, and they have not managed that climb well.
Yeah, I said after the second period that I didn't think that Hilliard was playing poorly at all, but man, that play has really deteriorated throughout this third period, and it could be just resignation to the defeat or exhaustion either way. Just not the same team that was out the first 2.
Certainly not. Yadlos goes cross ice to McCarthy. McCarthy content, dumping in, getting towards the 2-minute mark of the third. It's 9-0 Team Ohio. They're out shooting Hilliard 47-9 in this one. Wheelan over to Gavin. Galvin. His shot was blocked. Luke, someone we've seen much, but does get some ice time late here. Drago working underneath. Really nifty skater. He can move particularly well for Team Ohio. Shoved off, though, emphatically. Nice physicality from Riley. Open ice hit as it was coming through. Luke never saw it coming, didn't pick up his head.
Well, Kellen Luke is a player I want to give a shout out to because he has not seen a whole lot of ice time, but every time I have seen him on the ice, especially in the defensive zone, he is challenging the defenseman, something that Hilliard has not been able to do all night. Oh, that's a hit from behind.
Yeah, that's a big hit, and that's going to get a reaction, and that was a big hit. Mason Owen went down hard. That'll be a penalty. And a late, pretty unnecessary hit from the back. It was just unfortunate timing. He came through with pace right as Mason Owen was trying to play it in the corner. His head wasn't up, and as he turned, he drilled him behind. We shall see what the call is. Likely a boarding, and it may be a game misconduct as well.
Looks like he's just got 2 for now, but I mean, with a minute 16 left in the third period, it's all.
Kimbleton will come again for the cry. He did. Kimbleton showing up for his teammate afterwards. It'll be 2 minutes of roughing for Kimbleton, and Kimbleton, took some cross checks to the head of Galvin, so he was always going to go off as well. It is going to be a misconduct as Gann will go in to serve, so Galvin was done for the game anyway, but just from the fact on the off chance that Hilliard scores 9 in the next minute 16, Galvin will not be available for the remainder of this game.
No. And I can't say I entirely blame Kimbleton for the reaction. Like you said, not really a necessary hit at this stage of the game with this score. And it's all but administrative at this point.
In front shot, 2 saves. Boy, Harmony tested late again. McCarthy walks in. His shot was blocked by Riley. Team Ohio not slowing down at all.
Credit where it's due to Carmody. One of the early things that we mentioned was he was given a very big rebounds, very juicy rebounds, but he really tightened that up as the game progressed.
No, I've been particularly impressed with Carmody with the number of shots. He's approaching 50, at 49 shots against him. Obviously the save percentage isn't going to love it with the 9 goals given up, but at the end of the day, it's so hard to stay focused when you're facing this many shots, and he has done what he can to keep Hilliard in it for as long as possible. As we dip under 30 seconds here, everything pretty much just administrative. McCarthy will shove it. Barber in his own zone, ball pressuring, keeping the forecheck up with 15 to go. Barber throws on the brakes. There, intercepted by Salima inside of 10. Salima's shot, looking for a 10th inside of 10 seconds. McCarthy will hold, feed it back into the corner. And that'll do it. 9-0. Emphatic result for Team Ohio as they prep themselves for their hardest contest yet against Miami. Hilliard dropped their first 2 games of a combined 19-2. They'll look to rebound against Indian Hill later this evening. What can we expect to see Team Ohio look like against a much faster and more skilled Miami team this evening?
Well, they know what they've got up against them in Miami. They've played 2 times. They know that Miami is an extremely tough and virtually equal opponent in most, if not all, regards. So they are going to have to come out fast. They're going to have to come out hard. I thought they really put on a clinic today in this game, and I think they'll be sitting pretty if their game looks anything like it did today.
Certainly, and a 9-0 result. Team Ohio locks in their place in the Sunday semifinal, playing for positioning this evening. Hilliard officially eliminated from the Buckeye Cup, and they'll just play to try and pick up any sort of results against Indian Hill this evening. Myself, Sam Worley, with my partner, Coulter Pfeiffer. We appreciate you tuning in from Steve Kitty Arena. First game back at 5:30 this evening. Thanks for listening.